guys, you can see here I have the 5 pieces of glass panels all taped up with the masking painting tape to the space that I want. Here's the bottom panel. I'm just gonna get ready to assemble it here on this styrofoam. But before I do that, I'm gonna go down and place this towel, this like rag basically, just over it. And then I'm gonna put the first panel, which is the bottom, and then the front and the left and the right and the back, and start clamping it into here. Once I got it all basically fastened with these clamps, then I can start worrying about the thickness, the gap that I'm going to be leaving for the silicone. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Guys, well, there you have it. The 60-gallon cube is assembled. We got the corner clamps installed. We just put the glass together. Basically, we did not silicone it. We did not check for spacing, for gaps for the silicone. But you can see right here, this is where we're going to have to inject the silicone and double check for all the gaps that are nice and consistent, along with inside here, all the way along the perimeter. Same thing all the way around there, all the corners inside, double check. We're going to make sure it's square. We're going to measure it all up, and before we go ahead and silicone, guys. So stay tuned. LEOPAZZO is bringing you along the way. The 60-gallon tank build, so far so good. It's looking fantastic. Can't wait for this bad boy to be dry to start filling it up with water and putting some fish and coral in this bad boy, man. It's looking good so far. Everything's working out smooth. That's it. I'm just going to go grab those toothpicks and start working on the spacing. Make sure that it's all evenly spaced out and nice and square. So stay tuned, guys. LEOPAZZO bringing you guys along the way. Thank you very much for tuning in. The 60-gallon tank build. I know you guys want to subscribe, or I know you guys should subscribe. So go ahead. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see anything in the upcoming videos. I'm out. I'm going to continue on this tank build. Let's do this. Alright guys, let's have a closer look here at the 60-gallon and the gap spacing that we're trying to leave for the silicone. So you could see here that gap. See right in here? This gap right here. Okay, so we want to check that on all the corners. For an example, I got this one, this toothpick wedged in here to hold my spacing. At the bottom here that I can just do by hand. If you need to push the bottom in or out, you just push this in or kick it out. Same thing with this side. I have a toothpick over here to hold my spacing. These clamps are very well designed, pretty straightforward. You can use them for wood or metal, just a 90-degree clamp. And you could see the nice polished beveled edge here of the glass. So guys, the other spacing that you guys have to worry about for the silicone, because yes, you guys are going to be siliconing on all the walls, all the vertical walls, but you're also going to be siliconing the inside here along the bottom. So we got to make sure, for an example, that we do have a gap in here for the silicone to go into. So let me try to get a little bit closer here. You can see my toothpick fits in there. See? Go to this side. Same thing, my toothpick fits in there. So I'm gonna continue working on that, making sure that everything's nice and nicey, and then I'll be able to silicone, guys. Alright guys, our 60-gallon is almost ready for silicone. We just went around and pre-gapped all the gaps where we're going to be injecting the silicone in between the panes of glass here in the corner and along the perimeter of the bottom of the tank. We went around with our toothpicks to make sure that basically it was gapped to the toothpick, as you can see right there. Along the bottom, all the vertical corners, as I mentioned, as well as all the perimeter of the bottom pane of glass. We grabbed our square and double checked that the tank was sitting square, all the panels up and down, left and right, and for the most part, we are ready to go forward with our siliconing. There's a few things that I wanted to show you before we go ahead and do that. So stay tuned, guys. Our 60-gallon is almost ready for silicone. After that will be just drying time, and then we can be doing the water test. And then soon enough, fish and coral. Well guys, I just wanted to say once again, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you guys learned something along the way. And I wanted to mention, I hit 10,000 subscribers, guys, and now I just recently hit 11,000. Thank you very much for everyone for tuning in and subscribing. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next Sunday on my next video.